big thing that's happening with a lot of us as we are examining our work with within ourselves that comes from our parents is the balance between codependency and narcissism. And I've been using this kind of like a visual idea of, on one side is narcissism and the other side is codependence, and in the middle is compassion. As we're looking into ourselves and saying, what is it that we truly want? We want to be existing in a place where we're in a balance of compassion for ourselves and compassion for others. And if we fall all the way to one side or all of the narcissism or all the way to the codependency, we're carrying on the codependency side, we're really can seem so giving, but we're giving out of a place where we don't have to give. We're giving out to our own self-sacrifice. And on the narcissism side of the spectrum, we are taking for ourselves to the sacrifice of the other. So how to find that middle ground? A lot of that work is around understanding what our programming was with our parents. And when I like to think of the spectrum in general, because I think that it's to say, oh, you're narcissistic or you're not, is not fair. You're codependent or you're not, it's not fair and it's not accurate. As most humans are going to have some aspects of codependency, some aspects of narcissism. In times of stress, one's going to come out more than the other. In certain relationships, one's going to come out more than the other. And all of these are threads into our internal patterning, our internal programming that we can then work with. The ways that we're able to see this in ourselves, in our parents, is going to help us to pull apart what's truly us and what's truly our parents. So often we are going through life with these narratives about what we value, what we want out of life, what we hope to achieve, that are more accurately values of our parents. Now, that doesn't mean that we can't also share these values, but it's important that we're owning the extent to which those values were imposed upon us from a young age, so that then we can work with that to create more sovereignty. Not always easy, and it can feel like it's not even worth doing at times, but it's an important undoing if we want to move into a space of truly being in our authentic self and following our path. And again, this work is very complicated and sensitive. The reasons people have not done it is because it will upset family systems. It will upset the ways we view ourselves as having an adult leader to follow, and it will upset the ways that our parents view us. So working with it sensitively, working with it without the goal of confronting others, but of just coming to our own self-worth. Because really, that's what this is boiling down to. When we're looking at the narcissistic codependent loop, so much of what becomes ingrained from our childhood is how our wants and needs are of value in comparison to others. When we are brought up by parents who have some fragility around their own self-worth, they're going to crumble at times when we aren't happy, when we are having emotions that are too difficult for them to cope with. Coming into a place where we can accept our own emotions and our own wants and needs is an important part of reparenting, but also holding the inverse of the reasons that we weren't allowing ourselves to have wants and needs, full expression of emotion, and how it was serving. It was serving to keep us safe. It was serving to keep our parents feeling balanced and for them to modulate their own emotions. When the generation before us could not modulate their emotions and became overwhelmed either with self-hatred, feelings of unworthiness because of our experiences, it colored the way that we viewed our own worth. It colors the way that we see our value and how much weight we should put on our own experience. So, ketamine is going to bring these things to light. It's going to help people to rewrite narratives, and working with our clients with that awareness of the sacredness of it is very important.